The chaotic NFC and AFC playoff pictures are still nowhere close to being resolved.
Seahawks win this game 20-17, and Drew Lock has the game-winning drive.
More than half of the teams still have a shot at qualifying for the 14-team dance in January heading into Christmas weekend. So with that, let's dive into the Week 16 edition of our 2023 NFL Power Rankings. Number 32, Carolina Panthers. Last time's ranking, 32. Hey, get on the Panthers for finally winning again, even if it was an ugly 9-7 finish with almost nobody in attendance. But hey, had to feel a little nicer coming against an NFC South rival in the Atlanta Falcons, whose playoff hopes took a mega blow with that defeat. Number 31, New England Patriots. Last time's ranking, 31. To be perfectly blunt, everybody knew that the Patriots stood little to no chance against a furious Patrick Mahomes-led Kansas City Chiefs squad. But hey, losing to the defending champs in non-blowout fashion counts as something. Number 30, Washington Commanders. Last time's ranking, 30. On 16 less pass attempts, Jacoby Brissett finished with 22 more passing yards and 2 more touchdown passes than Sam Howell. If you ask us, there's no doubt Brissett should start the rest of the way. Number 29, Arizona Cardinals. Last time's ranking, 29. Well now, things are starting to get interesting. The Panthers won and the Cardinals lost. Thanks to their blowout loss at home to the 49ers, Arizona faces a legitimate possibility of owning a top 2 pick. Number 28, Los Angeles Chargers. Last time's ranking, 26. Yeah, we're out of words for football's greatest annual underachievers. So Brandon Staley and Tom Telesco were mercilessly let go. Long overdue. All right, so now that those two are gone, we suppose Bolts fans should just keep cheering for losses and hope for a higher draft pick. Number 27, New York Jets. Last time's ranking, 27. As expected, the Jets were no match for Tua Tagovailoa and the explosive Miami Dolphins offense, even without Tyreek Hill. But such is life when you don't have a quarterback. Trevor Siemian and Zach Wilson combined for 2 interceptions and 6 sacks taken in the 30-0 blowout. That defeat clinches the Jets' 7th straight losing season. Number 26, Tennessee Titans. Last time's ranking, 25. These Titans are a strange bunch. They pull off a miraculous comeback against a powerhouse Dolphins team on the road, then followed up by losing to a banged-up Houston team without CJ Stroud? Alright then. Sunday's 19-16 loss in overtime clinched the 2nd straight losing year for Mike Vrabel's squad. Number 25, Chicago Bears. Last time's ranking, 24. Yeah, the Bears were that close to a big-time upset in Cleveland that would have kept their slim playoff hopes alive. Alas, Darnell Mooney's coulda been, shoulda been, woulda been moment clinched a 3rd straight losing season for the Bears. Number 24, New York Giants. Last time's ranking, 23. Tommy DeVito was a fun story for 3 weeks, but the G-men were bound to be exposed against a tough opponent. With 2 games against the Eagles over the final 3 weeks, the Giants are in prime position to at least land a top 5 pick. Number 23, Las Vegas Raiders. Last time's ranking, 28. Well, that is one way of taking out all of your season-long frustrations. A franchise record 63 points that forced the Bolts to fire their coach and GM? Hey, that is something to bask in. Number 22, Pittsburgh Steelers. Last time's ranking, 18. Good vibes in Steel City have all evaporated in the blink of an eye. 3 straight losses now, 2 of which came to the lowly Cardinals and Patriots at home. Suddenly, the Steelers' playoff hopes are on very thin ice. Number 21, Atlanta Falcons. Last time's ranking, 19. Even though they reside in the wide-open NFC South, it just feels like Atlanta's postseason hopes are over with these weekly disastrous QB performances. Makes you wonder if Arthur Smith is on the hot seat. Number 20, Green Bay Packers. Last time's ranking, 16. Just when the Pack looked like playoff contenders, they lost to the Giants with a 3rd-string QB and then got embarrassed at home by Baker's Bucks. Now, the Pack have to win out to make the postseason. But you know, that at least isn't impossible with the Panthers, Vikings, and Bears making up their final 3 games. Number 19, Seattle Seahawks. Last time's ranking, 22. Just as we all predicted, Drew freaking Lock saved the Seahawks season by delivering a Tom Brady-like game-winning drive over the powerhouse Eagles in the final seconds. With Seattle finally snapping a 4-game losing skid, they're still very much alive in the playoff race. Number 18, 14, Minnesota Vikings. Last time's ranking, 15. No team should be more frustrated with an L this week than the Vikings. They had Jake Browning on the ropes with a 14-point lead in the fourth quarter, only to be outscored 21-7 in the final frame before losing in overtime. And it was a giant blow to Minnie's playoff hopes. Number 17, New Orleans Saints. Last time's ranking, 21. A soft schedule helps, yeah, but back-to-back blowout wins at home over the Panthers and Giants moved the Saints back to 500. With the Falcons, Packers, and Vikings also losing, New Orleans might be able to claim a wildcard spot if they can't beat out the Buccaneers for the NFC South crown. Number 16, Denver Broncos. Last time's ranking, 9. What a letdown that was by the Broncos. An admirable fight by Sean Payton's group in the second half of 2023 here, but the loss in Motown essentially ends their playoff hopes. Number 15, Jacksonville Jaguars. Last time's ranking, 12. It's officially panic time in Jacksonville now. They are now in a three-way tie for the AFC South with the surging Colts and Texans, who both won on Sunday. Jeez, this once promising season could be flushed down the toilet very fast. Number 14, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Last time's ranking, 20. Baker Mayfield is playing lights out, and the Bucs are reaping their rewards with it. A 3-game winning streak in first place in the NFC South with 3 weeks to go. 3 more W's, and the NFC South is all theirs. Hey, no pressure, Baker. Number 13, Los Angeles Rams. Last time's ranking, 17. It was closer than it should have been, but hey, John McVay's Rams saved their season for the time being with a crucial 8-point home win over the Commanders. LA is positioned as the number 7 seed in the NFC, with New Orleans right behind them. Number 12, Houston Texans. Last time's ranking, 14. With CJ Stroud out, Case Keenum stepped in and saved the day for Houston, leading the Texans to a season-saving 19-16 victory over Tennessee. That, coupled with the Jaguars' loss, has Houston in a 3-way tie for tops in the AFC South. Number 11, Indianapolis Colts. Last time's ranking, 13. It wasn't pretty for the first half, but the Colts regained their composure and blew the doors off the Steelers in a 30-13 win on Saturday. Awfully impressive considering that they lost both Zach Moss and Michael Pittman Jr. during the game with injuries. Number 10, Philadelphia Eagles. Last time's ranking, 4. Well, it is now panic time in Philadelphia. Come on, losing to a slumping Seahawks team with backup Drew Lock on a last-minute game-winning drive? Oof, that one stings. Well, say goodbye to getting the NFC's top seed again, and good luck stealing the division from Dallas. Number 9, Cincinnati Bengals. Last time's ranking, 11. Zach Taylor ought to get some Coach of the Year votes if this keeps up. This is an awesome story thus far, but with the Steelers, Chiefs, and Browns rounding out their schedule, Cincy still has a long way to go in clinching a playoff berth. Number 8, Buffalo Bills. Last time's ranking, 10. Sean McDermott's group is suddenly looking like a Super Bowl contender again. First, they take down KC at Arrowhead and then wall up a red-hot Dallas Cowboys team. With the Chargers and Pats next up on the schedule, Buffalo will be 10-6 heading into Week 18 against Miami. And you know, with a little bit of help, Buffalo might be playing for the division title that day. Number 7, Cleveland Browns. Last time's ranking, 8. The Bounces went the Browns' way, and Sunday's W over Chicago clinched a winning season while putting Kevin Stefanski's group one step closer to locking down a playoff berth. Joe Flacco is going to have to cut back on those turnovers down the stretch, though. Number 6, Miami Dolphins. Last time's ranking, 7. No Tyreek Hill? No problem. Miami's victory clinches the franchise's first 10-plus win season in 3 years. But bigger things are at stake. The AFC's top seed, and at the very least, the AFC East. Number 5, Kansas City Chiefs. Last time's ranking, 6. It wasn't pretty on offense against a lowly Patriots team, but the Chiefs got it done and escaped Foxborough with a 10-point win. The Broncos' loss to Detroit has the Chiefs one step closer to locking down its 8th straight division title. Number 4, Dallas Cowboys. Last time's ranking, 2. Regular season darlings who always choke in big games. Can't take the Cowboys seriously as contenders. They no-showed Sunday's loss to the Bills and kissed any hopes of winning the NFC's top seed goodbye. Number 3, Detroit Lions. Last time's ranking, 5. With the Vikings and Packers also losing, the Lions ought to just start the party now. First season of 10-plus wins in 9 years. First division title in 30 years. Ooh. Number 2, Baltimore Ravens. Last time's ranking, 3. Lamar Jackson put on a highlight reel clinic, and the NFL's #1 defense made Trevor Lawrence look like the 2021 version of T-Law. Thanks to the good folks who made the NFL schedule, we get a potential Super Bowl preview on Christmas Day with the Ravens visiting the 49ers. #1, San Francisco 49ers. Last time's ranking, 1. Another day, another blowout win for the 49ers. With Prescott putting on a stinker on Sunday, it's fair to say the MVP race is down to Brock Purdy and Lamar Jackson. But MVP talk aside, I think it's pretty clear that the 49ers are far and away the NFL's most complete team at full strength. But what changes would you make to our Week 16 power rankings? Let us know in the comment section below. If you liked this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps out a ton. And hey, we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.